Boom, yes. Welcome back to Live and Bike in LA. I listened to the last podcast and I fucked that up right off the bat. I said, welcome back to Live and Die in LA. That's a different podcast.
Is that a real podcast?
That's a real other podcast I am not affiliated with. How do you like that song?
That was cool. Did you write that?
I did not. My brother did. My brother made that. I've mentioned that now on every episode, so I think I'm going to have to keep that going. And for the listeners out there, we're looking into having my brother on the show, maybe as a main guest or a side guest. He's not that talkative of a guy.
No. Has he biked in LA though?
I mean, yeah. We grew up biking and everything. So yeah, ostensibly he's biked and he's got like mopeds and shit like that. Wait, stop. I have not introduced. We have news to bring up before we introduce our guest. He's chatty already. There's stuff going on in the background. We have new producers in today. This is exciting. Past guest, new producer, Alex Getlin. Welcome, Alex, to the show
it's
as
an honor.
a producer.
Thank you.
I love new characters. We're adding new elements to the show. Every episode, and I like the growth we're having. Anyways, this is a somber moment for the show. I'm afraid I have to admit something. Since we've last talked, I have a car. Yeah.
How could you?
I know. Wow. I want to apologize. It was a family decision, I have to say. I have a wife to think about, possible kids, a dog. We're sharing the car. We are sharing the car, so we're suffering the weight of guilt on each other's shoulders as a family. We needed to have it. She got a new job for the University of California in Los Angeles, and so we had to get a car. But I want to let you know, I'm not done biking. I biked this week. She has the car sometimes. I'm still biking. I'm out there biking. Less than usual, but I am biking. So, bikers, I am still with you.
How many years away are you away from not biking anymore?
I will never not bike, but the frequency and areas with which I decide to bike will change dramatically as I get rich.
Okay.
I'll just have a little dirt course in my backyard, and that's all I'll bike on.
And then you won't be in touch with the people.
I hope not. I don't. This day I can stop talking to these fucking people is the day that I live. All right. That's been said. The news is out there. I'm sorry we're going to proceed because we have a great episode for you. We have a new producer here. And now welcome our guest. Very funny man. We're going to find out what he knows about bikes and more. Please welcome Connor Hangsleben, everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Dude. Oh, thank you. Wow.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. Connor, you are from, is it Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota. Flat area, good biking.
Mm-hmm.
What is your biking background?
My biking background?
Yeah.
Okay, so I raced BMX bikes from the time I was 5 till 12.
Hot damn. We're talking bibs and everything.
Bibs?
Like, like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like little numbers and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing it for, like, trophies and shit.
Yes.
No kidding. So you're a bit of a, like, what would you say, semi-professional biker?
No, I was bad. I was bad at it.
You were bad. So we're talking, like, the dirt track?
Yes.
But, like, the super smooth dirt track.
Mm-hmm.
You're pumping for speed.
Yes.
Nice.
A little free agent and red lines.
Red line. I remember red line. Okay. In honor of this, we're going to keep going with this, but I do have to, because... You come from similar ilk as me, as a bit of white trash people.
Sure, absolutely.
For the show, just some extra beverages for the first. This might be our first white trash show. There's your Bud Light.
Yeah, you've only had classy people on here before, or what?
Yeah, I mean Gatlin's a Jew. We've had
that's classy right there.
Nikki Bond.
Yeah, she's Canadian.
Yeah,
and also, one time I asked her, I was like, have you ever been to Saskatchewan? She's like, ugh. And I was like, that's the part of Canada I like.
Yeah, she's snobby Canadian.
They all drive Camaros and shit out there.
And Sam Brillhart's just a wild card.
Yeah, he is. I don't know who he is.
Nobody does. Talked to him for an hour here, still no idea.
Yeah.
But cheers, welcome. So you competed in track racing. What would you call it?
I just call it like BMX racing.
BMX racing.
Yeah.
And you ever win?
Yeah, I won sometimes, and then when I didn't lose,
hey, nobody's attacking you, okay? I want you
to this gets me hot, because I would if I lost, there's 2 close races where I remember like attacking the other kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like as you were racing, or when you finished, because he kind of like fucked you over.
When we finished, there was one time like this kid like passed me at the last second, and I just like pulled my bike up next to him, and I pushed him off his bike. And then I just jumped. I started just going at him.
Legal pass though.
Yeah. No, I was the only person that did anything wrong.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I've gotten in fights when other people have done shady shit, but I was
I was completely just acting out.
Yeah. So you go after others when you lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In BMX racing.
At that or that only? Any other sports growing up?
I swam, but you can't really attack someone. I think I'd learned to lose by then.
A very important
also much
lesson.
less acceptable. Like BMX racing is kind of just this like wild fucking thing. It's just people just watching their kids like ride bikes and shit. It's not they're drinking beer and shit. Swimming's kind of a classier thing.
It is.
You can't just be brawling on the pool deck.
I've talked about many times on here. I did like freestyle skiing, and it's kind of just the rich person's version of BMX racing. All the parents just go and drink at the mountain and stuff and watch their kids do it. But it's all just rich people sending their kids to get hurt. And that's yours is just the white trash version of that. Like, well, I'll bring them to the dirt pit every weekend.
Well, we were like the poor people on the BMX track because like that all have
were there
little
rich
BMXers? Yeah, they were the ones that they'd have like a trailer full of bikes and everything, and they had like they had just different outfits. Then the clips, we couldn't afford clips, so we just.
You're gonna have to
like clip. Come on, this is a bike pop.
Toe
clips? Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't afford toe clips, or a certain kind of toe clips.
Just any toe clips.
You couldn't just put a strap around it.
I mean, that's what we did. We had like little slip-ins, but
Oh, you mean like clipless ones?
Yeah, and you got to buy the shoes that are like $150, and you got to buy the pedals and everything like that. And so
I'm never a fan of the clipless. I never want that because for me the bike is versatility of mobility.
Yeah.
And the second you have bike only shoes on, you've limited to like I'm just going where the bike is going. And I'll be with the bike. Like I want to be able to bike, get off. I can lose the bike.
Right.
Don't need the bike anymore.
Well, whatever. I mean, especially if you're riding around town.
Yeah.
Like
but you see it with
if you're
other
clipping
people.
In, you're gonna like take off your shoes and like switch.
Yes,
like
I see
whatever
people do
power you're generate, whatever extra power you're getting from that doesn't. It's negated by your little process to change and shit.
Or the bike messengers who you see clacking around, like picking up orders, but they have like the clipless things on, but they kind of like walk with them. They're like hockey players on the carpets. Excuse me. But anyway, so what was like doing this competing? What was practice versus competing like? Like how much did you put into this? Was it a season? Was there a time of year you did it?
I mean, we're in Minnesota, so it was like.
You just did in the
summertime, and you can't like practice. I mean, some days there'd be just days where the track was open. We just go there and just ride it.
Pretty much always the same track. Or you do away?
No, we do it
away
all
gigs.
Over. We do it. So like we lived in North Dakota at the time, so we'd.
What's it fucking like up there, man? That's just a lifestyle I have no idea about. I've never been there. It's just an odd place to me.
It's all farmland. It's got the highest percentage of farmland in the state.
Okay.
It's all used for farming, so most people farm in some way.
Bragging. All right.
Yeah, that's sorry, I hope no one's offended. I'm putting on airs over here.
Jesus Christ, man, we get it. You're gonna be fine. We get it.
No, probably not. My grandpa's only got 12 acres. He's a poor ass, man.
Oh, come on. When the apocalypse hit, he's a king. He's got 12 acres of a manor.
Yeah, he's with tractors and all the useless shit.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, he's got some guns.
No, dude, the second all power goes out, tractors go up in value like immensely.
Yeah, you think that 65 John Deere G he's got sitting there?
The bigger the bigger and can make it through shit, the better. Yeah. My grandfather had one of those giant, like the giant wheels on either side and the tiny ones in the front. I don't know. You probably know the names of them. You're a bit of Motorhead too, right? That's what I mean.
Not like really like. I'm not. There's people that are more into it than I am, I guess.
Right, but you've done a lot of your own mechanic work.
I know more than most people.
I
think. But then there's probably some bike dude listening that knows about cars too, and is listening like, this guy's full of shit.
There are some go-betweens, but for the most part,
they're purists.
There'll
be people disappointed to hear your plug at the beginning about how you bought a car.
Oh, like, yeah. There's definitely we lost like, a couple Filipinos. Yeah.
Filipinos.
There's in LA. There's some big Filipino bikers. Yeah,
nice.
Big in the bike community.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Okay. Yeah. Did you ride dirt bikes or anything?
No dirt bikes. Go karts and shit. But,
okay.
Yeah, we stayed four wheels. But.
And have you ridden a bike in LA since you've been here?
No.
Have you thought about it?
I've thought about it and then quickly, I don't know. I can't be on the road with those people. I think about how I drive.
Yeah.
I would never want to do that.
Yeah. No,
I couldn't do it. I don't know how. That. I would probably stay on the train. I'd stay on the sidewalk. I would be an annoying person. I would be, trying to race dudes on birds and shit. And
What do you think of them?
Think of
bikers.
Bikers?
Yeah. Do you loathe them when they're in the way, or you feel sympathy?
No, because I feel like they're so infrequent out here.
Yeah,
that there's just one lone dude, and you can't hate on him because it's just one. It's not a common problem for me, I guess.
Okay, yeah, no. Some people get angry. They're like, whenever I see a biker, and you're like, what?
I think birds take a lot of the heat off you guys. I think they're so prolific out here and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I encounter many more birds than bikers.
Gatlin, you want to chime in? Birds do birds take the heat away?
Yeah, 100%. Because here's the thing: if you're biking around LA, for the most part, that is either
hot take. Go for it.
It's either your main mode of transportation, or you're a frequent biker. You're invested in being like, hey, I learned how to bike through this city.
Yeah.
I care about making sure this bike gets put in a safe place, etc.
You bike once a week or not at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you could just be like, oh, I feel like wasting $10 to go a mile today, and then you get on a bird scooter, and then you just have no concept of how to actually navigate around cars and pedestrians.
Even to move at that speed, that's the biggest problem with them. Is those people? None of those people have been allowed to be in control over 15 miles an hour.
Yeah.
With just their body out there in maybe ever. But probably the last time was when they were little kids riding down a hill on a bicycle. But you just see some people out there and you're like, no, you just don't know what to do going that fast. And then they give them the tiniest little wheels that just...
The thing is, I feel like so many bird rides are spontaneous decisions where unless you're running...
Yeah, they're tourists. This would be fine. Come, let's try it.
Right. No one's on a bike spontaneously.
Yeah.
Unless maybe you're at the beach or something.
Nobody leaves their house and they're like, I'll take the train and then a bird and then, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I would wonder... Imagine they start putting... blow meters on birds, can't use them drunk.
It's coming.
And then birds is like, well, we lost all of our sales.
No.
All of our sales. Another industry that I feel like has suffered like that we haven't heard about, and there's got to be a secret documentary out there about it, is the sandwich bag industry with the legalization of marijuana.
The sandwich bag industry?
Yeah.
Exclusively for sandwiches now?
Nobody is buying sandwich bags at the rate they were when we were selling weed out of sandwich bags. They're just, their sales, they just have to be sitting there just taking it we can't say anything.
You have a lot of grievances with the legalization of marijuana.
I love it. No, I love it. It's just interesting. It's like a little real ripple in the pond. You never know where it's going to ripple a little sandwich bag floating in that pond.
I thought you said you missed drug dealers. You missed buying weed from a dude with a snake.
Yeah, that's a bit I've been doing.
Oh, that's pure fiction.
No, I do. I mean, the reasons I've done some of the craziest shit were because I happen to be with drug dealers that had no morals as people or anything.
Yeah, they're good experiences. You need to meet people like that.
Yeah, you do.
Not
but also at the same
safe.
time, there was a couple times I was like, I didn't need to smoke crack.
Yeah,
that was it. That's not a lesson I needed to learn.
I think so.
I did learn it, but I didn't need to.
You
ever smoke crack?
No, I've been offered.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I was doing that.
By whom?
by a bartender after a show I was doing in where was it? Soap Lake, Washington.
What part of Washington is that?
Eastern Washington.
Eastern
the good part, not that shitty Seattle part.
Soap Lake fans, write in.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Oh, dude, there's people in Soap Lake on my Facebook. Like, when are you coming back to Soap? But like, those are the majority of my fans are in Eastern Washington. But
that's an odd bunch. What brought you out there in the first place?
I was doing stand up out there.
Well, yeah, but like, were you from here? Went up there from?
No, I was just
where you were in.
I was just on the road with
Minnesota?
my buddy and my buddy Davey Western. He's from there originally, and so we just doing a bunch of one-nighters and shit.
Where were you living at the time, though?
I was just this was like in between moving from Minnesota to Los Angeles.
You were just on the road permanently?
For like a month and a half, yeah.
Nice.
And
Okay.
then
So you're just roaming around.
just bouncing around, doing these shows and shit. And we're doing this show at
Soap Lake, you say?
Soap Lake, Washington. Yeah.
Okay. A little sudsy.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like dry. It's all desert out there.
Soap.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. You put that back quick, dog.
It's not done. Go on.
We're doing the show, and I guess the bartender knew she'd brought me home with her just so she would have money for crack.
Okay.
So, because she's sitting there,
She
she's
didn't
like,
even
she's
have
feeding
crack.
me. She didn't have
She's
crack. No,
Hooking crack up.
Yes. And
Nice.
so the show's over, and it was a door deal. So there's a money bag with a bunch of money.
In Soap Lake, anybody's gonna notice money change hands.
Yeah, and she knew all this money was sitting there, but the headliner, he wasn't gonna pay me till the next morning because he was leaving. He
Classic
just saw me. I was
headliner
like,
move. And by that,
no,
you
good.
mean
No, he's a good dude. No,
wasn't
this is
gonna
the right
pay you.
decision. No, he didn't pay me and everything. This was the best decision he made. I would have fucking given this girl money for crack. That's what.
Oh yeah.
That's because he saw me just like being just fucked up.
I'm
at
go
the
ahead,
bar.
hang on to this till tomorrow.
Well,
for
so
you.
he was going back to the house we're staying at, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sitting there drunk at the bar. I'm like, this bartender's like flirting with me. I'm all drunk as shit. And I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna like hang out with this chick. And then he's leaving. He's like, hey Connor, I'm leaving. Do you want me
Quick
to
pull up Soap Lake where it is on
Soap
the
Lake,
map.
Washington?
I
Yeah.
need to-
He's like, Connor, I'm leaving. He's like, you come with? I'm like, no, I'm just gonna run back to the place. He's like, it's 7 miles back to the house. And I was
All
like,
right, put in some road work. Yeah.
And then I put in.
If only he'd had a bike.
I wish I had a bike. I ended up hitchhiking back home, but I told him, I was like, I can run there. I went 47.6 in the 100 meter freestyle, which
You're like,
is
it's
unrelated. And
100 meter. It's
swimming, but I was in my head. I'm like, I'm a good athlete. I did that. I can do this on
different
land.
mode of transportation.
No, so I'm stupid as shit. And then this bartender's like, "You're coming home with me." I was like, "Oh yes, I am." And
Nice.
so we get back to her place.
Was she
and
cute at least?
She's like, yeah,
For a
cute
for
to
a-
me.
For an
People-
avid crack smoker?
Yeah, for people. I mean, she's like 23 yet, and really the full effects hadn't ruined her yet.
Yeah,
and she,
yeah.
she's
Tightens them up a little bit.
she's got a lot of energy. They're exciting.
Yep.
And we get back to her place, and she's like, so we're sitting. There's another greasy dude there, and so she thought that the headliner
Very
paid
common.
Me.
They're always these kind of like buzzards just hanging around crack.
Yeah, he was like 50. This dude was old as shit.
yeah, one of those. Probably her dad.
No.
She's like, this is Mike.
Don't let him know our relation. I'm trying.
All right, there we go.
Yeah. 1,514.
1,500 people? That's small. Yeah, that's the size of, okay. That's the size town I grew up in. That's a
Okay.
little town.
Yeah.
They can be quaint or they can be sparse. Those under $2,000 is, I consider a little town. What'd you have growing up?
We're like 7,000.
7,000.
Yeah.
Can we look into editing that right now?
Oh yeah, you want to see it on screen?
No, pull it up and see if we can just edit the page, and we'll add in that he.
You want to?
Yeah, hold
He
on.
was
All right.
offered crack here. Sometimes you
Yeah.
can put in like notable things about the town.
Right here. Hold on.
Well, she
I feel like
asked
it's
me,
a good
she's like,
thing
do you
to
want to
add.
throw in on some crack? And I thought she said cocaine. And I said, do you mean coke? And she said, no, crack. And I was like, I'm fine. I'm good. I don't got any money. And I would have. I would, like, if I was disappointed I didn't have
You would have
money
tried to
to-
rate them.
Yes.
Yeah, had you
absolutely.
done cocaine at this point?
No.
You were going,
But it
straight
was
to
like
crack.
more
Damn.
acceptable in my head.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because she was offering it.
Yes. Anything. I was down for anything with that fucking trashy little bartender.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'd have to log in and stuff. It's
All
a little
right.
bit.
Well,
God, it's
I'll
gotten
talk
harder
to the
since middle
studio.
school to do
Yeah.
that shit. I used to edit Colin Powell's page all the time.
Oh, nice.
Why?
I was obsessed with
Why?
it.
Why him specifically?
I listened to Glenn Beck a lot as a child, and Glenn Beck didn't care for Colin Powell, and therefore I didn't either.
See, you're an interesting, growing up right-wing bicyclist.
Yeah.
You never. That's a weird bunch to find. You don't find those in the cities. Usually, the bicyclists in cities are the far left.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that anymore. I was in 6th grade.
Yeah.
I've evolved.
No, I say kids should vote. I think so.
That's fun.
Yeah. Do you vote?
Yeah.
You every time?
Not this last one. This upcoming one.
What does that mean?
I didn't vote in the Hillary v. Don.
You didn't vote then?
No.
Oh, breaking news. Nice.
Yeah.
You didn't have to tell that, but I'm glad you revealed that here.
Andrew, what about felons? Let felons vote?
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially if it's I think there's maybe some crimes where you should lose your vote. But even then there should be a path to so many years and you get it back. Felons should be some of the fuck yeah, we let politicians vote. We should let felons vote. Zing! Hot take. We'll add in the effects later. Wow, fuck. Okay, so go back to the story. So she, what happens after that? You don't have the money for crack.
I don't have the money for crack.
Does she get crack
And
anyway?
she said, "Well, I'm going to bed." She called 4 different dudes.
Boo.
And she's like, it was just 4 a.m. She's like, "Eric, are you up?" He's like, "Not now."
You need another one?
Oh yeah, we can hook up for later.
Yeah.
And
Redneck day.
yeah, and then she called 4 dudes. She's like, "I'm going to bed," and I was like, "Okay." And then I sat there with the 50-year-old dude that's just hanging out, and then eventually I was like, "All right, I gotta dip out of here," and I just started walking.
Just left walking. Did
Just
you know where you
walking. I was trying to get back to Ephrata, and I started walking the
were? Is
wrong
that the
way.
street name?
That's
Is that the other woman you had waiting
no,
for?
No, that's the town that was 7 miles
okay.
away.
Oh, damn.
So I started walking the wrong way, and I went into a gas station and asked, I'm like, "Hey, am I going the right way to Ephrata?" And they're like, "No." So then I had probably walked 2 miles. So then I had to walk another 9 miles back to Ephrata. And then some dude picked me up in a truck. It was him and his dog. And
You're hitchhiking.
Yeah, this guy had 3 teeth.
Great, I love this. Let's mark this. Hitchhiking stories. I'm a big hitchhiking story.
Yeah,
It's one of
I'm
my
walking
classic bits.
in Washington. Is that okay? Is that is that relatable experience to biking in LA?
Yeah, well, I've learned this, that, and this is what you're doing, that to live and bike in LA isn't just literally to do that, but it's also a frame of mind where you're going to do the hardest thing in a place that doesn't want you because you want to succeed. And there's many different versions of doing that. And for you, it was not having money for crack.
Yes.
And needing to get, my throat is dry, hang on. Needing to get home or back to Ephrata or whatever her
I
name
needed
was.
it. I mean, I could have done the smart thing and just hung out till the morning and
Here
seen
we
if
go.
the crack girl would have given me a ride, but
She probably would have. She probably would have had to either drop her kid off first or you off and then the kid off. I'm guarantee there was also a kid hiding somewhere in that house.
Yeah.
That time of night, I knew there was a lot of people where I grew up that were that person that I found out from meeting people who did crack and then being at the crack dealer's house and then somebody coming over. I'm like, "Oh, you do crack too? Well, isn't that interesting?" Yeah, just over at the crack dealer's house judging them. He also sold Adderall, and that's why I hung out with him.
Oh, gotcha.
I did crack once. I wasn't big into the crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did cocaine a bunch, and then
Before or after the crack?
amongst.
Yeah.
Yeah, did it. It was just one time, party night or something. They're like, "You want to try it?" I was like, "All right, let's do it."
Damn.
No big deal. I'd say the weirdest thing was watching somebody do heroin in front of you. You ever watch that?
Oh, yeah.
Shoot up.
Yeah.
Alex, you seen that too?
Yeah, I mean, I lived in Boston, so
Thing.
in the Boston Common, literally, I would just you could always. I learned how to spot the heroin drip, the guys who kind of have that long drool,
Yeah.
just slowly coming out.
But I mean, in the same room, somebody tie off and...
No, I never saw it like that. I never saw someone
I was
whip out.
left when that shit started.
Yeah, no,
It was my house.
Oh, really?
And it was me and 2 people, and it was it was my girlfriend at the time. It was her brother who just called me up and was like, "Hey, we're downstairs. Can we come up?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And then they came up and he's like, "Hey, we're just gonna do some heroin real quick."
That'd be
And I was
super
like,
jarring.
"Okay." And then I'm just sitting in the fucking living room watching these guys tie off and shoot up heroin. And I was like, I'm not leaving. Like, I'm not gonna leave this in. So I just had to sit there and watch it. And you're like, I might be watching a guy die. But
Yeah, but they're gonna be nodding off for fucking 6 hours or whatever. Like
no. After an hour, they were out of there.
Yeah.
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 The nod off part for like they were like definitely drug addicts, but they were like fun college user drug addict type people. They were still on the rush of doing drugs all the time.
Yeah.
But the nod off lasts for like maybe 30 minutes or so, and then you're like jazzing, and you're fucking. That's where you go play jazz. That's what they call it.
I do remember there were times I would do like road gigs in New England, and I would
and
like
you do a little heroin.
Yeah, right. But it was I remember like being at like those like highway gas station pull-offs, and there were like needle drops in the bathroom, and I had never seen that anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, if you could do heroin, you could shoot up, sit there in your car, and just like nod off for a little bit, and then drive for 8 hours and feel fucking fantastic and drive. Because it's like a painkiller, too.
Yeah.
Like, you also feel great on it.
Right.
So, like, once you get past the initial, like... Now, I have never done heroin. I've never shot up heroin. I've never done heroin, the drug. I've done painkillers. You done painkillers?
Oh, a little bit. I've never, like...
A little bit.
Shit always
done
scared
half
me.
a Vicodin
No,
in here.
yeah, like that kind of shit. Never
Snort
been
an
like...
Adderall, put a little...
Yeah, like the standard shit everyone in
Advil up my
America has
butt.
done.
Nice.
Not real drug experience. Just
We were talking about it outside, Alex. I want to get your...
Yeah, let's hear it.
That kids, especially boys, have to go through by the time they go up between football and Catholic church. Like, before we're 12, we have people either trying to bash our brains in or suck our dicks.
Or both.
Or both, yeah. Or in some cases, both.
What was the guy from...
Sandusky.
There you go, yeah.
That's why we were talking about it, because he brought up that a kid from Penn State is trying to sue Penn State because they were saying he was going to get Sanduskied.
Wait, who? Hold on.
the seniors on the team were telling this freshman that they were going to Sandusky him. They're just like fucking around.
Yeah, I would sue
Isn't
because
that
that
kid a
joke's
little-
hacky. I mean, it's it's not
I
relevant.
think it's funny. Come on.
It had its time.
But this is like,
But
but they
no,
go to that place.
but
That's different.
no.
Out in the public,
Yeah, I know.
they're inside of it.
No,
I think
joking
it's-
aside, no, that's ridiculous.
But also, he's in college. He's way too old for Sandusky.
Wait, he wants to
Never
sue the
interested him.
school?
Yeah.
How would
don't
the
know.
school be?
For allowing it to
players.
happen. Or
Fuck
something.
that kid, dude. No.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I
You
think
can
he-
also just not play football. Like,
Sandusky that kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, all right.
yeah, I like, there's certain bullying where, like, yeah, you shouldn't get bullied and stuff, but, like, I don't know. Just suing does not, it's not the
This is a
fucking
college
solving
student.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get a settlement.
I think he just wasn't getting played. I think that's it. And he's like, fuck him. I think some coach probably promised him something, and then he's like, all right, fine, Sandusky. And
Yeah, but also, how would the school be at fault?
For allowing
Allow-
this
Get the
environment
fuck
to
out of
happen.
here, dude.
All right, hot takes. No, I agree. I don't think there's suing. I think any judge should go like, just get out of here. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want? What do you want out of this?
No one
Money?
did
We're not
anything to
gonna.
him.
Nobody's gonna give you money.
No one did anything to him.
Yeah.
They
Do you
just-
want to still have
Yeah.
your scholarship and not play football?
He
That's
could also
fine.
just quit the team. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like he's required to be there.
Yeah. I got duck. Dude, our swim team, I was in
Football's
7th grade.
my passion. You're not good at your passion.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens for you. You
Yeah.
find other ways to fit in. Pick up a camera. Maybe you can take pictures of football.
Yeah. He's
There
still
you go.
D1. He's still a D1 football player. He's
Yeah.
still
Go to a different school. You could start.
yeah.
Go to UMaine Orono. You could start tomorrow. You can
UMaine.
start tomorrow.
Are they a D3?
They are. They're D1 for some stuff, but I don't know. It's like D1 small
Oh, like
collar.
FCS or something
Yeah,
like
I don't know,
that,
but like
or
they're
NAIA, which is the non-NCAA, which that's cool. That like they can just hook you up with shit. They can give you whatever they fucking want to give you. There's no like their sanctions aren't. They don't have to sanction anything. It's the Wild West of shit.
Did you play
Yeah.
football?
What's that?
Did you play football?
I played till my sophomore year in high school.
Did you play?
No soccer all the way through. Yeah.
You
What
seem like a
about
soccer
you,
guy.
Alex?
No, I didn't play football. My mom wouldn't let me when I was little, and then my high school didn't have football.
Oh, so now your mom seems cool now.
Private school?
For high school, yeah.
Yep. That's the thing. They don't.
Yeah.
Every private school, you got enough money to put your kid there. You go, we're not gonna let them bash their head in.
We had baseball, soccer,
Don't call it
basketball
that. It's
track.
fun.
Yeah.
Football's an amazing sport. I hate that. I hate that Will Smith doctor. That he ruined football because now they throw flags on everything.
I think we know what he means by that.
The Will Smith doctor.
Black people.
No, I mean that one Nigerian man. That one. Woo!
All right. Can we get a loop of that? I just want a loop of that.
That
for
one Nigerian man. I'll say it into the camera. That one Nigerian doctor that didn't like. Dude, they ruined it because now they call pass interference on everything because they can't let anyone touch each other. I hate that guy. Is the devil.
Here's the thing. When it comes to head injuries in football, I need you to tell the truth.
I hate him. That's the truth.
You haven't seen the movie, man. You haven't seen that's a whole.
Yeah,
movie.
I saw the trailer. That's it. I knew exactly what it was.
No, but here's the thing, man. It does fuck up your head. Look, I
You
don't
know
know.
shit it does. That's why it's cool.
I know, right? And I think it's what fuels growth in small towns. Because you get your head hit enough, and then you think, I'll just fucking stay here. And, this is a fine life to have. I'll just live the same life my parents lived over again. I have no aspirations.
Yeah, because then everyone should live in Los Angeles. That's what everyone should leave for big things
No,
in
no,
LA.
no, not in LA.
Then we can run over more bikers. That's
No. That is not the happiest place either. I have had injuries also.
Yeah.
I'm not
From biking?
From skiing mostly, yeah, and being a younger brother.
Yeah.
But I think that just getting out and like doing something different with your life and figuring out, like, I just see so many people that I grew up with, and no offense if any of them listen, I love you all, and some are very happy with that choice.
Yeah.
But living the same life that we grew up in, and for me that scares me because I just see, like, literally their kids are playing on the same teams we played on. They're just watching their kids play, and that scares me. And then I know other people that like moved to Montana and are photographers and fucking went to Seattle and is a trail runner and shit. And for the small town that I grew up in, I feel like it's so doesn't seem like doing shit like that is an option as much. It's so easy to get sucked back into just living there, and it seems simple and easy life to live.
Yeah.
That I feel like a lot of people who want to get out and live different lives like don't end up doing it because they get sucked back into that town.
I don't think that's a bad thing. People should live in small towns. We need them. Nothing you said sounds bad to me.
I actually agree with you. But to Handren's point, if you're not leaving out of fear, that's bad. But if you're like, no, I got what I need.
I love it here. Yep, that's fine. That's good on you.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the people like that like those communities and like that they're taking over and they're the new generation, they are like open up new shops and they do better shit. But then there's a lot of people who just fucking do heroin and stick around there, or not even do heroin, just sit around there and bitch and moan about shit.
Those people are gonna live forever. You can't eradicate that mindset.
I know, they're fucking cockroaches on this earth.
Is that what you get? Eugenicize townies?
Would you rather have them? Would you rather have them here under the 101 overpass in a tent, like
Because I do have friends like and shit like that have stayed in that hometown and like and bought property and done things and like opened stores and started businesses, and they're like kind of coming into like, hey, we're at that age where like we own businesses in this community and like property and shit. Like, let's start shaping this. Like, we fucking fuck these old people. Like, let's make this the town we want it to be. Because some of the shit's just been underfunded, and the amount of money that's in places like that you can find here and there, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with biking, but
no. Well, a lot of those people you don't like in those towns have DUIs, so they have to bike around.
That's
true. How it's
and you can see those. You can see those real easy because they have jeans on usually, and are riding something that it just is not them, but it's one of their family members.
Yeah, it's always like a mongoose, like mountain bike looking thing. It's always like the easiest thing they could find. Something.
Yeah, I forget whose joke this is. It might be one of yours. I forget, but somebody has a bit where it's like you can always tell how poor a neighborhood is by the age of the guy on the BMX bike. Like the older he is, the more like low income the neighborhood.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I wish I knew who said it. Whoever you are, it's a great bit.
Good on you, buddy. If you're black, even better for the show. Sorry, we got another white guy on. I don't know a lot of other ones.
Have you tried Have you tried to diversify this?
We did with our first guest, Nikki Bond. We had a female on.
Canadian. Also.
I'm a Jew. That's sort of diversity.
We had a Jew on, but you also run Hollywood, so
yeah, I know. It's not real. It's like diversity with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Or actually a start with a start, David.
Yeah. And it's been mostly white guys, but we're trying. We got our feelers out there. I think we're gonna get some others up here. But I do. Oh, so I wanted to go back to the bicycle racing because you're just doing that. It's just literally like when you go do events and stuff. Is it like you go and sign up that day and you're just in the event, or do you have to sign up for a league that you do for like an extended like over the summer?
You sign up that day and you just do the race, and then like points accumulate, and there's like championships
league
at the end, and you gotta like
yeah.
qualify for like.
Would you make it into
regionals
that?
or anything?
You ever make it a regionals?
No, I'd get to like the state one. Though.
Okay.
There's like the Minnesota one or like the North Dakota, whatever. Like the final, but I think anyone can enter the final. But then your points just, I don't know. They have like a final heat or whatever, which is like the good 8-year-olds are going at it.
Dude, the pressure there. I never did. Mine was always like a solo event.
Yeah.
But a few times just for fun, I did small ones. They would have skier cross, and it's basically the same thing. And you'd go down a course with like 8 other dudes at the same time and race them. And I actually felt an advantage there because I was a youngest brother, and I knew nobody could beat me because I just only ever battled people bigger and stronger than me my whole life. So the second I was with people my size and age, I was like, I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, it feels
like,
easy.
Yeah,
you're taking the weights out.
But the pressure that happens when you comes down to that fucking one run that matters, I felt that totally. And there are times when I landed the run versus times I didn't land the run.
Yeah,
it never felt like I was in fucking control of that at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like I mean, I felt it more in swimming just because I felt like I knew. Because I was older, but like it was always just like so built up, and like I don't know, like because swimming's such a different sport where you're training every day for it. These BMX races. I was like a 12-year-old kid. It was something I did like once a week.
Really?
And so it was just like whatever. And then
was there any conscious effort to like actually move away from it, or did you just kind of naturally like, oh, I'm busy and I haven't done one?
I think we just ran out of money. I think my dad lost his job and then couldn't do it. I remember like we were like the trashiest people there because we would always have you have your you get your numbers, right? Like, so like this, I think it was like you'd have the same numbers at everything, but we had paper plates for the little name tags. Well, everyone else would have
real. They had the real ones, like the nice plastic.
And we had paper plates with Sharpie written on them, like 746, and it was. I remember feeling very out of place, like at the starting gate with just my little paper plate on the front of my bag.
Sometimes we would do that with like helmets. Like we wouldn't always have helmets, and then all of a sudden, like events started trying to be like, you have to have a helmet. Yeah. And then we just like turn to some kid and we're like, give me your helmet, and you just like strap on some like little kid's helmet, and you're like, there, I have a helmet, let me go. Yeah, they were trying to be safe, but it didn't matter. The thing is, sometimes too, and maybe a little bit, like, what, you ever get hurt doing it?
No, never badly. I never got fucked up. There was one girl I remember seeing, she got really fucked up. She had the clips in. She went, like, she overshot this jump, and she went over it, and then, because her legs were clipped in.
Tried to start kicking?
Well, her bike went over her head.
Oh.
And she was sitting there just all mangled and shit.
You saw this in person?
Yes. Terrified. And she's just seeing her sitting there, and she just put her hands on her head while her bike is over top of it.
Or something?
Yeah, she was like it looks like, you ever seen those videos of like those contortionists? Like where they're like trying to.
She's scorpioned.
Yeah, she's scorpion.
Yeah.
But with her bike, and it's got the weight of it, and it's like pushing it forward. Oh
terrible.
My god.
I mean, it's a bike
shit.
is more, but skis or snowboard too has some weight to it. You see some great scorpions.
Ugh.
Here, well, before we get to this one, we're gonna keep talking for a minute, but see if you can find a couple BMX crash clips, and we'll take a look at those in a minute to see. I had some. The viewers, listeners know I had some crashes. That took me out of competing and stuff. But it sounds like more so swimming was the thing that was you were more into competitive wise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because it was easy. I mean, not easy, but it was just like,
well, you're
like
fucking
you
built
do it,
for
and you're
it.
good at it.
You're a fucking swimmer's body. Like you were. Look at you,
It's fucking
Swordfish
average
over
D3
here.
swimmer.
This is Oh, do me a favor too. Don't put this on the feed of us because we get flagged for it.
That's okay.
This is BMX. Look up BMX racing though. I want to see.
Well, that sounds gross.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but we're definitely all right. Do you feel like now? Would you ever get nervous for swimming events?
Yeah, I would get really nervous.
Do you feel like you would deal with that better now?
Yes, absolutely.
I think I would so much, and especially from doing stand-up.
Yeah.
I feel like I would deal with the nerves of competing so much better.
Because stand-up's
now.
all about not giving a fuck.
Not giving a fuck,
And
just like being present and like,
just doing it, and just not thinking. Just
if I had the body that I had when I was 18 and the mind that I have now, I would I got.
now you're getting old man at the bar. Like back in my day, I
will do it all day long.
Sure.
I hurt my knee and it took me out of skiing. I could have been. I think this is if with my mind now, I got my biggest finish was I got 20th in the U.S. Open in half pipe in 2003.
Okay. That's good.
Biggest finish.
Yeah.
But also, like, the U.S. Open at that time, like, literally was open to anybody. You just go sign up, and, like, the first, 250 people that signed up got in. But they had,
the first people... Was there anyone good that missed the death?
No, because they had all these, like, invites. Like,
right.
pros got invited.
Oh, okay.
But I just signed up online and went and did it. Went through all the heats and rounds all the way to the finals. But it was the second or third year that I had gone to it, so I was definitely more ready in that way, and didn't give a fuck as much. But if I had, people crashing into each other is crazy.
Yeah. See, you never raced on like the cement or anything like that. They didn't have.
I don't even think
Only
that's
dirt.
not cement, is it?
Kinda.
It might
It's
be.
tar.
That
It's
looks
black.
like tar. Yeah, that looks like some sort of tar or just packed dirt. I don't know.
No, it's black.
Oh God! Did you see that guy go?
Shit.
Oh, and he front sides the other thing. Viewers at home, just I don't know. Look up the worst crashes for BMX racing.
Yeah, I just YouTubed BMX bike race crash.
Okay, yeah, that's what we're watching right now. It's the surface is so hard. That's one thing. It is a hard surface to hit, like, because you break ribs when you go into that real hard just on your side. Where like a lot of times skiing, even an icy jump, like if you hit it on your side in like the landing, you fall on your side, you're okay. Like you might get really bruised and stuff, but you're not breaking anything. And then it starts to get into maybe a collarbone, but this you don't get out without paying some. So you never had one of these. Is this a big?
I mean,
tracks?
there's a couple times, but they were like, because I
you
was
hit
like such
tracks
a little
this
kid.
Big?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, they were big. Oh my god, I remember like.
How'd you learn how to pump and like ride shit like this?
Well, my dad had raced BMX when he was little, and my dad always loved bikes. So like he was always.
This is what I
tooling
want
around
to
on a
get
BMX
to. Okay,
bike.
this is where it comes from.
And,
all right, it goes deeper.
So that's how he like started. Like me and my brothers doing it. So like I was like 5, and my brother was 3 when he started.
So you were the Michael? No, you were the Tito. If your brother was 3, so you were the Tito.
he was
your
the
brother's
star. He's the
Michael.
real athlete.
Was he good at it?
He was 3, and he was beating 6-year-olds.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, he was good.
Training wheels? Do they have one? Do they have a?
No, you can't have training wheels. So he didn't have training wheels. He was 3 years old, and he's riding bikes. But the thing is, he would sit down on his bike. So like when his first races, I remember watching. He had like all these
And
kids would
still
just
win?
take off. They'd be doing that. They'd be standing up, and they'd be when you're pumping like that, and he'd just be like cruising, like he was just like rolling down, like he was.
But would he still win?
Not the first couple races, but then he started. Once he got it, once he learned to just stand up and just be an athlete about it. He's 3 years old.
Because that would be boss if you won sitting down.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
Just roll. Yeah. There's one time he ran over a turtle. That was it. He just like crushed this big ass
During a race?
During a race, yeah.
Damn. All right, well, let's pull up this other one that I wanted to see. What are we at time-wise? Got some other things.
We're at 45 minutes.
45. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got another 15, 20.
You want to play this?
Yeah, so this is what I want to get your... How do you feel about crash videos? What's your... do you laugh at them? Do you cringe at them?
Oh, I cringe.
You do? You're not...
Yeah.
You don't take them well?
Yeah.
Okay, you might not take this well. Yeah, let's go. Let's just watch the whole thing. Yeah, keep it off the screen. But listeners at home, we show this every episode. You know what clip we're watching if you want to go take a look at it.
Oh, you show us to everyone?
Yep. So far, I've been showing it to everyone.
And
Just
people
get their
laugh
reaction.
at this shit?
I do. Other people,
was
not necessarily.
Come out and start.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, just play the whole thing. So it's this guy trying to hit this 130-foot gap.
Just be ready.
Oh, fuck.
Ow! Bro, my ankles are broken! My ankles are broke!
His ankles are broken! He's coming, Paul!
Just, but right when I took off, I knew
All
something
right.
was kind of wrong.
You want to keep watching? See the other. They show a couple different views.
Do they show?
Right, it's about 7:20.
I want to see these broken
I knew
ankles
it
that
was
he's
gonna be
talking
rough.
about.
When I was in the air, I didn't really hear anything.
You got a
Dead
concussion, too.
silence, and then I hit the wall and heard a really loud explosion, just right in my boots. Felt like someone packed dynamite in there, you know what I mean? Lit them and my feet blew up. It was crazy.
Oh, that's a good
On
one.
both sides, he had fractures.
No, luckily
to
I
the
don't think he
tails,
hit his head
which is-
that hard. He scorpioned a little bit. Oh, that's it.
Damn. Yeah, I did laugh, but that was just
But
my
it-
ankles, the screaming.
That's
it's
what
so
I find-
instantaneous.
But the guy that I love too is the second guy that goes, his ankles are broken. That
Yeah, like they're
screams it
going
out.
down there anyways. They're already rushing towards him. He's not.
I want to reach out. So I have friends of friends that know people that know him, know other people in that community. I want to see if I can find out who that guy is, who also screamed out his ankles are broken. Just like he just felt like I have to do something. I'm just gonna repeat what we all hear him screaming. What's going on? Okay. You like the logo? That's for now. Listeners,
To
please,
live.
I would love a different logo. You'd see the one on the podcast. It's that spot. I just made that very simply. That spot is up for grabs. Anybody who wants to get it, hit me up on like Instagram or something. If you got a better logo, I'll put that up there. If you got a better logo, I'll put that up there.
I mean, I got a crayon and a paper plate. I can make
Talk
it for
about
you.
logos. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love this. Is such a good white trash episode. I feel like we're just hanging out in the garage. Did you do a lot of that, hanging out in the garage, smoking cigarettes?
I never smoked cigarettes when I was a kid.
Dip? You ever dip?
I dipped a couple times, and
Yeah.
I hated it. I hated
But
it.
you did it again?
Yeah, like
What'd you dip?
You're just hanging out. Fucking skull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wintergreen or
Wintergreen, of course. Naturally, not the regular. But
No, I was a big the regular. I don't know what is up with that.
I worked at a gas station for a year, and no one ever bought it. No one ever. That shit would sit there for months.
Yeah.
Before someone would buy a can of it.
I feel like every can has got to be bone dry because it sat there for so long.
Yeah.
I was a Grizzly Wintergreen.
Oh, okay.
I like the stuff
Are
that
you-
hurt you.
Pouches? Or
Eventually, I
regular?
went to pouches as I got
Yeah.
older. But when I got hooked on it, yeah, it was the straight. Just
Yeah.
see if I can do that for the mic.
That's good. I could never do that. I'd never do. Those were always the coolest kids. And see, like where I grew,
They're not
like,
the coolest kids.
They were in high school. In high school, it was cool. Like I was like, man, I gotta do that. Like there's kid. Like I remember walking down the hallway with this girl, Hannah Burscheid. She sees this dude. He's got his jeans and he's got his tin in his back pocket, and she's like, "That's so hot." And she was just like overcome with just the tin. Was just something about the tin. Like that's a hot man.
She
walking
had
around
been
there.
somebody had possibly molested and or just licked her pussy. Who had a dip in,
Yeah.
made it tingle a little bit, and so now every time she sees a can, she's like ring. And,
Yeah.
she just lights up with a little grizzly grin.
She was like that girl that was fucking at 14.
I saw a girl at
She
a
was-
party
Yeah.
dipping one time. We had to take pictures of it, and a friend of mine just sent me the pictures the other day. Yeah, he found the pictures where we like secretly took pictures of her because she had braces and she was dipping, and she was like a 14-year-old
Braces
girl.
and dipping?
Yeah, and we couldn't believe we're like, there's a girl here.
There's so much going on in that mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like fucking packing things,
Huh?
you know.
She must have hung out with her grandpa a lot. I feel like that's what's going on there. She's 14 and she's dipping?
Yeah, but she was also just like, I'll fucking cut down a tree. I think she hunted and stuff.
Yeah.
Just sometimes, your dad wished he had a boy. There were a lot of those where I grew up of girls that like the dads. I dated one. I won't say her name, but she. Her dad finally had a son later in life, but he had 2 girls, and then about 10, 15 years later, they had a boy. When I dated her, the boy was like a little baby.
Yeah.
But he definitely wanted boys, and he had 2 girls who were awesome and like fucking kick-ass chicks and stuff. But they were like very tomboyish and stuff, and yeah, you could just tell the dad was like really wanted a boy.
I can only interact with people that like I don't know, like that seems like something like he wants. I don't know, he can only interact with himself. He just needs a reflection no matter what. Like he couldn't understand like this needs to be different.
Yeah, there was a bit of that. He was a weird guy. He was also one of those guys who's like, I hate anybody dating my daughter. And you're like, okay, but also this is not 1950. And just like, that's going to happen in high school. And your mom thinks I'm cool and shit. But he was a weird guy. R.I.P.
Was that scary for you? So this guy?
No, he's still alive.
Well, at the time, when you were in high school dating her?
It didn't scare me. It just sucked. It just sucked to like, because I dated other girls. What was your dating life in high school like?
I dated one girl in high school.
All the way through, or just once?
Like a couple times. We did like my sophomore year. I was not a very social person a lot of times.
Just out there swimming.
Yeah, and swim. Well, it was always like girls on the swim team. That was the other thing.
And you were just banging in the pool?
No.
You ever bang in the pool?
No.
Jerk off?
No, never. I respect the pool. Respect the environment. Do you jerk off in this studio? Huh?
I mean, I've never been alone.
Do you jerk off in the ski lodge? I mean, you probably fuck in the ski lodge.
I have fucked in the ski lodge. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
sounds
I've
like you
fucked in
have
the
to.
ski lodge. Yeah, I've fucked on a hill.
Yeah.
I fucked on a ski hill. And had a hand job on a chairlift. Jerked off, probably, yeah. But no, I definitely, one time it was during a staff party. I worked at the mountain. I worked in rentals when I was 13.
Okay.
And me and this girl, it was in the hotel at the mountain. It's called the Grand Summit Hotel, I believe, in Sunday River in Bethel, Maine. And we had hooked up before. She was actually the person that was the first time she took my virginity.
Nice.
Yeah, I did not take hers. Somebody else had taken hers, and I didn't know them.
Well, you need that, right?
What?
Someone more experienced than you.
It wasn't more experienced. It was like one other time. We were both like 13. It was,
13.
Yeah.
Oh, I was in my head. I was like, oh, you're like, 16.
No,
17.
13, 14, maybe. I think it was 13.
Yeah.
But that had happened like that summer, and then this was the following winter, and it was the staff party. She worked there too. She was like worked in the cafeteria or something.
Okay.
And at the staff party, we went and fucked in the stairwell.
You were 13?
Yep.
God, see, I was a virgin. I was 19.
19?
19, yeah.
It was very sporadic all through high school. Maybe there was 3 or 4,
Yeah.
but it was like not like I started fucking and then I'm fucking.
Right.
But it was in the 90s the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, 99, August 99.
Was that... You really... Everything you put down comes back up.
Yeah, no, this is all...
You burp a lot.
Do you understand I'm setting a new precedent for
It
podcasting
was
right
just
now?
so funny because you're so like perplexed by just
Yeah, how do you burp that much?
Oh, I don't know. Just fucking genetics.
because he's a man.
Powerhouse.
So-
Yeah.
I feel like
Good
you're a
at
man, you can control yourself. I'm a man. See that, people? I'm declaring myself the
A
man.
real man does not have to control himself.
Really?
Yeah.
A real man.
Harvey
has-
Weinstein said that.
A real man right there. Dude, hey, speaking of Me Too
Okay.
shit.
Here we go.
So I was just at this
What
mic
are we
at
at?
Friends
Minute
and Family.
59?
You have 6 minutes left.
6 minutes?
This is
Perfect.
All right.
So, sorry, bike people. This
No,
is
this
an
is
open
great.
mic story.
No, this is what you don't realize is this is what the podcast is about. We
Yeah.
start with bikes, cracks you open. We get into
okay.
this. We're gonna close with this. Go
Gotcha.
on.
So, this mic today. This mic, it's called Friends and Family. It's like this brunch place
Yeah.
on
Been there. They got quiche.
Hollywood. Yeah, it's a great place. It's
Yeah.
a great mic, and like I don't know, the owners are very supportive of having stand up there, which is amazing. But
Yeah.
this guy went up and he tried to cancel Martin Luther King. He went up and started saying, he said, Martin Luther King Day is tomorrow, and everyone needs to know he is a rapist. And he started talking about, he's like, you can Google it on your phone. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? We can't even have Martin Luther. Like, this guy is going on a whip. No one agrees with this dude. This is the most perplexing fucking argument on the planet. And I was losing my shit. There's like 3 people that are watching this guy calling Martin Luther King a rapist. He's like, get on your phone and Google it. And then he said, maybe he shouldn't be canceled, but maybe we should accept the flaws of people. I'm like, you're not making any sense right here. You just like, I have a compelling argument and this is comedy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you shared that in honor of Martin Luther King Day. I think we need to talk about that subject because I have further questions.
Yeah.
But in honor of the remembrance, I'm going to put on my Trayvon Martin and ask you some questions about said person before we get into his discussion of the rapist that the doctor was.
Are you on his side?
No, not at all. There are no sides here. I'm not a side taker. I am merely a game maker.
Okay.
What color was this man?
Oh, he was white.
Okay.
White.
This makes it that much easier.
Pants rolled white. One of those guys.
Pants rolled white?
He's got the cuff.
Oh,
that shit.
He was like high horsing it.
He's woke on another level. He's so woke, no one likes him.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, that premise, I think, could be done in the proper context by somebody cleverly.
I think he's done stand-up twice.
It cannot be done by that person who did it. No, but I could see Patrice O'Neill doing a bit about that.
Yeah.
Saying cancel Martin Luther King Day and bring up, somebody else's day.
Yeah. But this guy was giving it like a fucking speech. You know what I mean? He's not laughing.
Yeah, anytime you're a high and tight white guy yelling about how, it just doesn't go well.
Oh, it didn't. First he called it, he's like, Milk Day's tomorrow. Like, he thought that was clever. I'm going to call MLK Day Milk Day.
Woo.
Also white. Milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harvey Milk.
White
gay man.
Great movie.
Greater man.
Actually, Sean Penn's the real hero, I think.
Yeah, I interviewed El Chapo. But it does bring us to a bigger thing of, because we saw this happen. Were you there that let's talk about this, because this will get hot takes in the LA scene.
Yeah.
Get people to listen and get our hot takes and spread it around. The Polly Wally event at the Improv.
The Polly Wally event.
Were you
God,
there?
she liked this too much. Don't do this to her.
No. We don't have to bring it up.
For her.
We don't have to bring it up any more than that, but I just want to say, were you there?
No, I missed it. I was in town, man.
But you heard what happened?
Oh, I heard about it.
You were there? Alex? 2 minutes?
I know.
Who's coming after this?
There is someone, but I don't know who.
Well,
it's not
don't give me
porn
the fucking
stars.
tune. No,
We're
again. No, but I was gonna say
I don't know who Polly Wally is.
Doesn't matter. You shouldn't. It's fine. I think she's dead now.
She's like a YouTube star or something.
No, not a star. Don't put the word star. Associate. She's like 2,000 views on YouTube. That's
no, but the reaction at the time, somebody from the audience yelled out. And I'll just give you the roundout is racist, very racist, and meant to be.
She called black people monkeys, right? That was the.
She said something about how she's fucked every monkey in the jungle. I don't know.
She's white, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Jewish, one of your people.
Dude, do not lump me in with her. There's a lot of.
I don't. Again, I want to say I don't know if she said that. I made that up.
No, that's what that. I mean, that's.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. I drink too much.
I have no problem slandering Polly Wally.
Okay.
Also, as a representative of Jews, we will renounce her. We don't need her. Harvey Weinstein. There's a lot of Jews we don't want to have in our.
That's your problem, man. You'll kick one out of your tribe at any
cutthroat. Minute.
The whites stick together.
Well,
like egg yolk. or whites, egg whites, that sort of thing.
That makes more sense.
Anyways, it has nothing to do with her. It has to do with the reaction to that somebody yelling out at the time when clearly it was going bad. People just going, "Oh no!"
Especially at that mic, because that mic is all about
craziness.
Yeah, just like fucked up
Push
shit
the
goes
boundaries.
on.
Yeah.
Which if people are going, you are absolutely on the wrong side of everything. If people are going, at that mic.
And then somebody starts yelling and says, like, you can't go on, stop her. And then it got weird. And that's what I wonder
Someone
about.
said stop her?
Yeah. It was
No,
like,
let her be a buffoon for 3 minutes, and then it's something more to talk about. Let those people really get deep enough to, like, so you have a lot of just evidence and ammo against them. Just let them keep going. And
That's
just be
what
like,
I'm
It's like the Donald Sterling thing, fucking his little hooker putting her phone on record and just letting them talk. Just let them go. Let them just...
Yeah, let him hang himself.
Let them make a case against themselves.
But also, that's the reaction. That is the punishment. For a comic, especially what lets you know that doesn't work is no laughs.
Yeah,
and especially fucking harsh boos.
Well, she probably walked off and thought that was great. She walked out. She's like, "Oh, I got a reaction out of someone."
Yeah. I think she signed a deal with it.
Also, she's hit on me in the most interesting way possible.
It gets deeper. Okay, go on.
So she just assumes like, oh, this like white trash. This guy must be like ultra conservative. So she walked up to me after Mike. She's like, Connor, you're like conservative, right?
Nice.
I was like, no, I'm in the middle. I'm voting for Joe Biden. And then she's like, oh, you fucking soy boy. And I was like, what? Joe Biden is like soy boy. That's like the alt-right thing for you're a
cuck.
Yeah,
cis cuck.
That's who she is through and through.
That's weird. Yeah.
So she's conservative?
Yes, very much so.
All right.
You're like Alex is like conservative Jew broad
No,
with cornrows.
What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Cornrows.
Cornrows?
Yeah. White girl with cornrows.
I'm gonna take a hard pass on that one.
What I was gonna say though, and I apologize to listeners for the gas again. Do you have this problem too, or not problem, but like you find here? Do people hear you're a conservative person, and
Yes.
people back home you're a super liberal person?
Yeah, I do a joke about it. How like
you do, right?
Like my mom will call me. My mom, this is like honest conversation I have with my mom. She'll call me and she'll be like, "How's my liberal hippie triager son doing in L.A.?" And I'm like, "Mom, people out here like think I'm part of the Klan. There's really
that's right, yeah." My mom texted me the other day. She goes, "Did you give out the net? Because we all use a family Netflix thing." And she's like, "We got a login from somewhere today. Did you log in LA?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Did you give out the password to any of your friends?" And I just texted back, "I trust no one here."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Ha, I thought you did." And she just like was totally like, "No, you just give in." I was like, "No, coming out here is like, no, I am the fucking rigidest person of anybody I know compared to like all the soft, easy people out here."
Yeah.
That's why I enjoy this man. That's why I had him on. Is you're not gonna rape him. We didn't even get into your car. Well, we're gonna have to have you back.
Yeah.
We've already lined up. I think we're gonna have maybe.
I think the car I drive counts as a bike.
It is so close. It's light enough that you could just kick out the floor panels and Flintstone it with your feet. All right, Connor Hangsleben, though, thank you so much for being here.
Dude, thanks, buddy.
And Alex Galen, producer, thanks for chiming in. This is To Live and Bike in L.A. Roll that theme.
Dude.